Hey gang, Rob here. It's been a little while since I did an update. I actually haven't accomplished all that much the past several weeks. Work's been a little crazy. That's always the excuse, right? But anyhow, what I'm doing now is trying to figure out what the town is going to look like on the layout. So I guess it's the blessing and the curse of not doing a prototype town exactly. I'm kind of doing a Southern Indiana inspired town. We're calling it Strickland, Indiana. But it's basically kind of a combination of Ellettsville, a little bit of Bloomington, a little bit of Orleans. You get the idea. Um, so again, the blessing is the freedom that I get to basically make up what I want the town to look like. The curse, if you can call it that, is that I have to figure out what the town looks like. So I'm using cutouts. Some kits I already have, or I know I'm going to kit bash or scratch build, and then others I've kind of gone through the Walther's catalog and done a little bit of a wish list and just basically cut out a footprint based on the measurements, and have an approximation for how wide the main city street needs to be and narrower streets down there. So this is kind of the main intersection here that I'm playing with. By the way, some of you have already seen photos, but I finally got the water tower finished. I think I referred to that in one of the previous videos. So the Strickland, Indiana water tower. Here's the helicopter aerial view. Haha. But still playing. Let's see, grocery store, Meg's Market. Some of you have seen that, pictures and or video. We're going to do an old passenger depot that is no longer in use. Of course, I'm modeling the early 70s, so the structure is still standing. I can't decide if I want to model it as abandoned or as a little restaurant. I could go either way, so we'll see. But this little siding will lead to Ballard Poultry Products, which is actually that building right there, which I'm going to move and put in its place a gigantic scratch-built stone mill. And that is the footprint on top of my toolbox there. That is the footprint for the scratch-built stone mill. So that's going to be a long-term project. I'm frankly afraid to start it, but you know how projects are never as perfect as they are in your mind before you start them. So that one I'm a little bit afraid to start. So we'll see. The siding's going to go over here. This is going to be, at some point I have to include some residences too, so I'm still city planning, so to speak. This is going to be a little freight building over here. I really want to put a lumberyard in somewhere, but I also want to be sensitive to the fact that I don't want this to be all railroad siding and no town, basically, because I already have several railroad-served industries planned for this little town. So, like they say, though, it's my railroad, so I guess I'll do what I want, right? But always open to ideas. If anybody has any creative thoughts or has been through this, by the way, this is going to be this is going to be a smaller stone mill. So this is going to be the Traveler over here in the main building there. Yeah, that's it. Over there is probably going to be a little feed mill type deal. Workbench is going to be over there. I've got the workbench siding ready for track over there. And everything is a mess. I apologize. But this footprint is for a building that will eventually be one of my favorites, and that is the yard office at McDowell. So this is an area that, even though it's not, I don't have the room to model it prototypically. We've talked about this before in other updates. It is inspired by McDowell in Bloomington. And the track is laid and all sorts of other miscellaneous crap sitting around. Sorry about that. But this building is going to take a while because I have yet to figure out or if it exists, I haven't seen it, scratch building material that would look really, really good for the split face limestone that structure is made out of, and that was and still is very common around southern Indiana. So as soon as I figure that out, and I'm leaning toward going insane by doing a little bit of block by block building up of a section, and then doing some castings to build some wall sections that I can then scratch build off of. So, and if I do that, I may offer some of those for sale. It may be the start of Robbie's hobbies or something. We'll see. Need to start a company. But anyhow, that's it for now. Hopefully sometime soon I'll actually have everything starting to rough in terms of foam and everything to get that siding in. I'd like to get all the track work done. That way I can get all the wiring done, because that's so much fun. And then keep working on structures. So the structures I'm working on right now, trying to finish. One is going to be a kit bash of a Walther's Quonset hut kit that I really like, and I think it's going to be an auto body shop. Then I'm also scratch building a house. So just you know, I don't want to forget the town folk. And that's about it. So I'm kind of, you know, I always waffle between working on the layout, working on the models. So we'll see. And of course, got my lava lamp going. Thank you for that, Tammy and Craig. Appreciate it. It's very inspirational. It's my little space down here. So helps me feel the early 70s really well too, which is perfect. So anyhow, later.